Hi, Barbie. We just started recording because it's the bottom of the hour. Can you hear us?
I can.
All right. And there's
Greetings,
Fred.
greetings.
Hello, Fred, and we are recording
Greetings.
already.
How are
Yeah, we're already
ya?
recording.
Okay, very good.
And there's Lori.
Wow, we're good.
Everybody looks like they're in their summer routine.
Yeah. Oh, and Debbie's joining us from somewhere on the road between South Dakota and Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, she's driving back from Mount Rushmore.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Was she there for that
There
rally?
she is. Well, there she is. I don't know if they made it for the rally. Hi, Deb.
Debbie, how are you?
Okay.
Good to see you.
I was just giving away your secrets that you're on the road somewhere between South Dakota and Ohio.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some volume here. I don't know what's happening with my phone. Hang on.
Oh, hear you fine.
We
Good
can
thing-
hear you
Good
okay.
thing I'm not driving.
Maybe she can't hear us.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Oh, very good. So you got your team driver Terry there with you? Nope, lost you.
Yeah. She
Mountains.
wasn't driving at the moment. I don't know how many of her kids she's got with her. I know at least Mandy's there, so I don't know who's driving, just not Debbie.
Well, good to see all of you. Glad you could join us. Loving the old school tie-dye, Lori.
Thanks. It is literally old school. It's one of my kids' t-shirts from high school.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna grab Brian and we're gonna go back out behind the gym. We're gonna fire up a doobie or something.
Yeah, that too.
Why did I pick Brian? He looks like the only guy that understands getting small and talking to the little animals. All right, got my director of agriculture taken care of. All right, so listen, good to see all of you guys. This is the last official Monday group meeting that I'm going to participate in. However, and I didn't get to watch the replay of the previous week, but I heard it through the grapevine that you guys are going to continue on Mondays this time. It's kind of like a team support, accountability, coaching group.
Yes, that's what we were just talking about.
Very, very good. I like that. I like that a lot for a number of reasons. You know, honestly, people always do best. Debbie, just mute yourself. There you go. Don't yell at the kids while we're listening. Do you see the roll of those eyeballs? Did you see that? Yeah, I see you over there. Yeah. Yeah, you always got to be careful about yelling or beating the kids in public, man, because there's sure as anything, there's going to be somebody's going to drop a dime on you. So anyway, I really like that. I think that, you know, one of the things that's kind of been a big support to me, and I'm thinking about this in terms of, you know, now moving into the fourth, you know, opportunity I've been involved in. This is not, you know, this is a team sport. Okay, anybody who thinks that they can be, let me refocus that. Anybody that believes they can achieve the higher levels of their potential, doing it by themselves, is fooling themselves. All right, I don't care what level of success you've had. I think it's easy to understand if you haven't had a tremendous level of success, it kind of makes sense to you intuitively. You want to be part of a team to you know, pick up some tips, to, you know, get some feedback and refinement, that sort of thing. But for somebody who's been, you know, highly successful, it's still not an individual sport, you know. And you guys, many of you have been around long enough. You've heard me over the years talk about, you know, how my association with David Moses, you know, I've learned more you know, in the first few years of being with Zija about high-level leadership than I ever learned prior to that in the previous 10 years in network marketing. I made a ton of money the first time around, ton of money. And I've eclipsed that level of income in Zija. Okay, so, you know, maybe that's a good example of you know, one of the reasons I like that what you're doing is that you're working together as a group. You're always going to be stronger as a team. You know, Barbie's got a lot of tenure, a lot of experience, and a lot of results. And I guarantee you, she is getting better in refining her skill sets, her leadership, by being support to you guys. Okay, you don't ever really master something until you can teach it to another person, and that other person can become a master at it. Okay, you don't really get to that level until you can teach it to others. So I'm excited about you guys doing that. I think it's a tremendous thing. There's a great advantage to each one of you to be directly connected with each other for sharing stories and that sort of thing. Because I mean, if you think about it, as I, you know, I'd have to think a little bit here. You know, Barbie's upline support team is kind of me and David Moses. Okay, you know, and while either one of us, both of us are going to do whatever we can to support Barbie's efforts, you guys got to understand, if Barbie needs a three-way call or, you know, a Zoom meeting for third-party validation right now, the chances of her getting me or David right now is pretty slim. You know, it's going to have to be by schedule. But the opportunity for her to reach out to one of you to get that third-party validation, and be very clear on this. It doesn't make any difference what your story is. It doesn't make any difference what your results are. You're somebody else. See, she could put you on the line with Robin, you know, use Robin for third-party validation. I'm the prospect. I'm a guy that already knows what to do and you know, have made a lot of money in the past. And what I'm going to be looking for, is it just somebody like Barbie who's already a diamond making money? Or is it somebody who's not, you know, at a high level, getting started, and they're making money and having fun? Those are the things I'm going to look for. Okay, I don't care how much the number one guy's making. Doesn't make any difference to me at all. I'll be the number one guy. I'll make a ton of money. I want to know, can I build an organization that is going to have a lot of people achieving their goals? Because if this game is only for that, you know, handful of you know, MLM gurus, there's no opportunity here for me. Because it's not a real opportunity. It's a money game. The dozen, you know, big shots are going to come in. They're going to bring their teams with them. They'll be in, they'll make some money, they'll be out, and they'll be on to the next deal. So there's several reasons why I'm really excited about that. Let's use this, the balance of this time here. I'm going to drop off a couple of minutes before the top of the hour because I need to talk to Modesta before she leaves. I can't just say bye tonight. What can we do in this last, you know, last meeting together that could be of value in that sort of thing? I'm hearing the crickets in the back. I don't know whose crickets those are.
Those are, I think we'll give them to Lori. I think she's still camping.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Fair
I
enough.
am. There's birdies chirping and the whole 9 yards.
Very
So,
good.
Fred, when you had talked to me while I was in Florida, I was in a place where I couldn't write, and you had mentioned a few things that really made sense to me that I really, like, today is my first day really back home after being gone a month.
Mhm.
So I want to really hit this week hard and fill it. And you had mentioned about some things, you know, finding my leaders, making sure they're aware, you know, what their auto ship needs to be, and that they've got one on the left, one on the right. And then I think you also mentioned maybe some documents. I'm just going to saturate myself this week so I can really feel like I've got my head wrapped around. So what things are most basic and critical that, like for me, I tell people, you know, the difference in the free shipping is major. The amount of time it takes is major. No longer Builder 500s. You know, you get paid off both legs. That's good. Anybody can make money off of their first referral that enrolls with 100 or more. So keep me going. It is, or is that?
No, Barbie, if what you're looking for is how do I sell to somebody I've worked with in the past that now's the time that they should be getting involved, you've hit all the practical items.
Okay.
Okay. Now, one of the things that's really important, and you want to write this down in your notes.
I'm ready.
This is a generic thing. If you are trying to, if you're speaking to somebody and you are trying to get them to move in a particular direction, now, obviously it's to benefit you, but it only works if it's to benefit them too.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know, getting Lori fired up and she's now, you know, bound and determined she's going to go to, you know, the executive position. Well, that's going to benefit you. Okay. You're overriding on all that volume, but it only works if it's a benefit to her. Okay?
Right. Okay.
This was something I learned, you know, way long time ago. And I, you know, when I'm on, okay, when I am focused, this is all that I do. Okay. Whatever it is that I'm trying to present or pitch, if you will, whatever it is, whatever I'm saying, it's framed up with these three things: sense of urgency, fear of loss, promise of the future. Be clear on this, okay? It really is immaterial what you say. Okay? You want to get your kid to, you know, do something or not do something. You can either tell them, I'll beat the heck out of you if you don't stop that. I'll beat the heck out of you if you don't do this. Or I'm going to give you puppies and ice cream if you stop that. I'm going to give you puppies and ice cream if you do this. Okay? It's really immaterial what you say. The words really, and a lot, and this is going to help a lot of you because, you know, you're thinking, well, geez, you know, if I had the right words, if I could, you know, always be able to say the right, you know, Fred Holmes, David Moses, Pat Anderson, they always seem to have the right thing to say at the right moment. It's nothing to do with the words. People do not communicate with words. They communicate with feelings. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean be lazy about your words. Jim Rohn says, don't be lazy with your language, okay? There are really good words out there to use. Back in the day, my first couple of years, my very first entry into network marketing, I picked up all the old Reader's Digest. You guys remember those? They were in doctor's offices and stuff. I mean, even came to our house once for a while when I was a kid. I picked those things up and I read two sections towards more picturesque speech and word power, because I was very clear that my vocabulary and my capacity to communicate was limited. I was a truck driver, and so I worked on those things. Okay, so I'm not saying that the words and your ability to express them is not important. That is important. You always want to be improving your communication skills because that's all we do in our business. But whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, if you frame the conversation up in sense of urgency, fear of loss, promise of the future. And so the reason I'm getting with you right now, Barbie, you've done a lot of business with us in the past, and things are changing, and we are literally 7 days away from full integration. It's so important to understand that this first 90 days is going to set up everything for your Isagenix career. And I would hate to see you miss it. I mean, I've been talking with all the big shots, you know, the top dogs. I can't believe how excited Fred Holmes is and David Moses, and they see this is going to be huge. I don't want you to miss it. I mean, imagine.
That's my desire. I mean, I know. So I will use your name.
Sweet. I'm using this as an illustration. I know you're
Oh,
getting
it's good.
because I'm really good at this. But if there was any way you could see yourself clear to focus on 2 or 3 things right now, this could be the greatest thing that ever happened. Sense of urgency, 7 days away, first 90 days, it's going to be everything. Fear of loss. I would hate to see you lose. I don't want to see you miss out. Promise of the future. But if you could, imagine the great and wonderful things that could happen. I use that on my son. When he used to spend, half of the week with me. I wasn't a weekend dad. I was like, almost all the time dad, right? And so he'd spend the weekends with me, and Sunday morning we go to church, and, and kids dilly-dally. And so I do that. I go, son, we got to get ready, man. We got to get moving for church. If we don't get out of here pretty quick, we're going to miss the morning session. And that means we'll have to do the late morning session, and we'll never get to the beach. But if we can get it together now, we'll hit the morning session. You can stay in the big people church with me, and we'll be at the beach before you know it. Sense of urgency, fear of loss, promise of the future, works every time. Okay, I seen him do it with his kids. Okay. So, Barbie, you wanted the 1, 2, 3. Make sure you cover these things. You've got, a lot of the practical reasons why. I wouldn't worry so much about that. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, trying to fit now. You're doing a good job of that. Hit those points. That's good stuff. Incredible comp plan, built for the brand new person. Anybody can make money. You don't have to be a massive recruiter. All those things are good. All right. Reduced auto ship points, shipping prices are better, timely shipping, greater, all the practical reasons. You got those because you've been doing your homework and you've been learning. Okay. If you want to take it to the next level, don't worry so much about the details. You got that stuff down. You got to give details. Okay. How you say what you say. That defines the difference between an average network marketer and an extraordinary network marketer. Do you have the capacity to tell people what's going on, or do you have the capacity to inspire people to become, to believe that they can become what they dream of becoming? That's what this business is about. Okay. Yeah, it's about sharing a product. Yeah, it's about helping people live healthier, more, vibrant, vitality, live longer, look better, whatever. It's all those things. Yeah, it's an opportunity to create income and to do it without the overhead of a traditional business and the time constraints and, yeah, it's all of that stuff. But what this business really is about helping people believe that they can achieve those things that they dreamed about as a child, when the child believed they could be an astronaut, they could be the president, they could be, the #1 person, the quarterback on the football team, or whatever the childhood like dream was, because children believe they can do anything. And to be able to awaken in the adult that, to dispense, to get rid of all those self-limitations. I don't have the right background. I don't have the right education. I'm not good looking. I don't speak well, whatever. Everything I do, I feel to eliminate those self-limiting doubts and to provide a vehicle for people to dream again and a framework where they can achieve the things that they've pretty much given up on. And when you can do that, this is a beautiful thing. And I'm not talking about Isagenix or Zija or Herbalife or any company. The company has nothing to do with it. The comp plan has nothing to do with it. This is about an opportunity to change people's lives, not just their physical health, not just their financial health. See, one of the things that I've learned over the years is it really doesn't make any difference what happened with Zija. It really doesn't make any difference who bought the company. None of that makes any difference to me, because no matter what, I will find a way to go from where I am today and be even better. Have more money, okay? More money. Now, the difference here, and honestly, there's a lot of things I could do right now instead of, going back to work and doing another build, fourth time around, honestly, that's not terribly exciting to me. A lot easier ways to make a ton of money, legally, no less. I mean, on top of everything else, legally, all right? But this is meaningful. Doing this has, I don't know how to say it effectively, has great value to it that goes far beyond, what's going to happen to me and my finances, and the little beach cabin I'm going to buy in Molokai. I didn't say that. I'm not going to be in. I don't know what Molokai is. So anyway, I'm sorry, I got off track. Did that help at all, Barbie?
Yeah, well, and it came to me while you were talking. I had forgotten, but I remember that first year, more times than not, first of all, I was thinking I wasn't going fast enough or doing it, and asking you to be honest, can I really do this? And it just now came to me. I had totally forgotten about that, but you kept reassuring me, and so I was kind of going on your faith that I could until, and then when I did, people asked me how I did it, and I don't really know how. I just did it. I know looking back, but I'm just saying that's important that you reminded me about that, because that wasn't important to me, that you really believed I could. And I was, but I just, I didn't understand all of it. I just kept doing what you told me. So.
Greatest gift you can give somebody is to believe in them strongly enough, long enough, that they can eventually start to believe in themselves. When somebody believes in their own self, there's nothing that's going to stop them.
Right.
Not a thing. Okay. Which is, basically parlays into what I was just saying, doesn't make any difference. I'll always find a way to make money. Okay. I never ever worry about that. Take it all away from me, I'll have it back faster than I got it the first time. Why? Because I know. I believe. I already know. Okay. And when people have that level of self-confidence, that mental picture of themselves, that presence, you're never going to stop them, no matter what. Okay. What else, real quick? What else can I offer, suggest, provide, Kate?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say thank you. I worked with Marianne, and she's got two, one on her right and one on her left. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah, so we're moving forward, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't leave this video without saying happy birthday, Fred.
Oh.
And it's happy birthday month.
Happy birthday.
But it's next week, but
It's a week from today. It's actually Isogenics gave me a big birthday. Transition day is my birthday.
Exactly. Are you going to be able to be at that undisclosed island location, or that's going to be a little later in the month?
Well, yeah, I was due to leave right at the end of the month because normally I'm out as soon after July 4th as I can, because that's the little window I get from my sister. This year I had to push it off because that's when
Convention.
Celebration was going to happen, and now I have to talk. I could be doing Celebration in Molokai. And so I pushed it off to, I think it was like the 28th of the month. Well, there's a quarantine. Can't go to the islands, through the end of July. If you go to the islands, you got to show up and spend 14 days self-quarantine. So I was able to push everything off to August the 3rd. Now, the only problem is I got to get a COVID-19 test on a Friday, and I got to have the documentation before Monday. So
they only let you a 3-day window. That's it.
Yeah, I've got to have the test no more than 72 hours before my arrival on the island, and I got to have documentation. That was one of the things I was supposed to work on today, and I didn't quite get to that yet. So, but I'm hoping I can do that. So we're still keeping our fingers crossed. If I can get my COVID test on a Friday, get the 24, 48-hour turnaround, I'm on a big shiny bird heading for the undisclosed island location. And I will be talking to you guys because, you know, I'm still going to do the conference calls and that sort of thing. Kate, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I certainly hope that I will get an invitation from time to time to drop in on your support group on Mondays. Okay, because I would look
Like a
forward
guest
to that.
speaker.
I'm sorry?
Like a guest speaker.
Yes.
Like a guest speaker.
Yeah.
How about you guys are always partying, you just invite me to come by one night? Now, for those that I haven't, I've got most of you. If you're looking for a chance to take a few minutes and do an analysis of your own business and any suggestions I might make, I think everybody most of you have taken me up on that. I'm happy to do so. Be aware, just so you're aware of this, okay? Thursday night will be the last Biz Talks presentation I will do. Okay, I'm going to have
Okay.
David Moses. I'm going to discontinue doing Biz Talks. Saturday morning will be the last new distributor training that I will do. And I'll use that time to kind of direct people to resources that are available to them. I've thought an awful lot about it. I consulted with Pat, consulted with David. Right now, it is the very best thing I can do is to leverage the incredible resources we've got with Isagenix. I
That
don't
would
have
be
to be that
helpful.
guy. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have to be that guy. And what I can do is, in the past, it wasn't that big a deal, a Thursday night presentation, a Saturday morning training. Today, the time that's allotted to that is a huge percentage of the time that I actually have available to build my business. And now I get to do what I really like to do, is I like to target people, help them achieve their goals. I'm going to do the same thing I'm going to tell you guys to do. Go get your next 4 or 5 brand new guys, brand new gals, okay? Build new stories. Get excited about the brand new guy. And one of two things is going to happen with your existing organization. They're either going to follow you or they're not. Lead, follow, get out of the way. Don't let this get by you guys. Your next 36 months, I'm doing a 36-month game plan. Just like I planned when I hit Zija. The previous company that I had 2 years in network marketing, I went to my second company. I did a 36-month game plan. And then I was set up. Do it. 36 months. Focus, hammer down, don't let up. Pedal to the metal, okay? And then look up 36 months from now, and you'll all be set up. I got to roll. I got to talk to Modesta. I got 2 minutes.
Thank
Cookies
you,
and ice
Fred.
cream.
Folks, I have had so much fun joining you guys every Monday. It was a blessing to me to be able to participate with you. And I hope you guys feel the same way.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, Fred.
Fred. We really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
all you've done for us.
You guys are great. See you guys.
Bye, Fred.
Bye, thank you.
So, yeah, I guess Lori dropped off. No, she is. She's coming back. Lori, I need to talk to you. Can you hear us now? You're reconnecting? Oh. So, well, there you go.
There she
Lori, I'm glad you're back because I needed to talk to you.
Hey, the internet
Yeah.
at the campground leaves a bit to be desired.
I need your phone number because
I sent
I
it
did.
in the chat.
You put it in the chat?
Do you see it in the chat?
No, not
Yeah.
yet. No.
I sent it to Kate. Okay. How about if I just give it to you right now?
Okay,
Do you have a pen?
I do.
It's 330 204 7634.
330
Yes.
204 7634. But you're
Yeah.
not in Ohio, are you?
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were. I thought, I don't know why. I thought you were in like North Carolina or someplace.
No, I wish.
So,
Yeah.
So we had last week. It was Robin and Lori and Donna and I had decided to continue on doing this meeting on a regular basis, just kind of like
Yeah.
as a coaching accountability call for each other to hold each other accountable. So that's what Fred was talking about, if you didn't know. And we also are setting up a little texting thread. No, I'm not gonna go to the whole big thing like Amy has done and set up a free texting thing. It's just a group text message. Just don't want to make it too complicated.
Yeah.
But it was just going to be the four of us. But if if Debbie and Barbie want to join us, it's just still a small enough group that it won't be blowing up our
Yeah.
text messages. If we have questions or we need encouragement or we just want to
Yeah.
offer, a positive suggestion to everybody, or if you need somebody for a three-way, you can just like throw it out in the message, hey, I got this customer I need a validation call for, who's available, right now or in 15 minutes or something like that, so that we
That's
can
a
help
good
each other
idea.
out.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes if you more times than not, if you don't get them while you have them on the phone, you don't get them.
Right.
Exactly.
They say, with Daniela, she had the lady on the phone and she said, well, let me set up a time. And we tried and never did. And I told her, I said, don't do that. If you're on the phone, just say, hey, can you hang on and get me on? So I think that would be a nice thing to have available for us.
I do too.
So, all right. So does anyone else have any input or suggestions or questions or anything you want to add?
The information Debbie had asked about the websites, the isagenix.com/Zija for the transition information, and then also the Zija Champions page.
Yeah,
is
you just posted that in the Forward Exchange group.
good. I wasn't sure it showed up. It didn't show up after I put it in there. Nothing showed up. So good.
Yeah, there's so many places to go. I just get overwhelmed. And that's like, now that I'm home, my house is back in order, June is past. This week, I just want to focus all my energy, the things that are different about Isagenix is what I'm actually trying to put an email together that's short, but to the point, and send it out to people who at one time were doing the business, and got discouraged. These are positive things. And like I said, with new people, it's a different, approach, but we're going to do this, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times I have to start over.
Yes.
I'm going to be ready. And I don't know if Fred explained this to you guys, but explained it to me, and I'm going to pass it on to you. If you already know this, just give me the cut. But our banked volume that we have in our Zija accounts, that's, lots and lots and lots of points, dollars. Isagenix, right now, basically, it's in there to make us think that we have it and can use it, but it's dead money. We will never see. They allow 150,000 in a bank. So if you have above 150,000, when the switch takes place, 150,000 of whatever you have comes with you. If you have below that, then it all comes. But for most of us, if we've been in there a while, there's millions in there. And so, and then what they will do is each week, if you've been in there and you have some bank volume, you will notice an increase in your weekly checks, because it's that 300, 600 deal, on one
Yes.
side, on the other. Well, they will take out up to 5,000 a week, matching those to maximize, and spend that down. Does that make sense? Did I
Yeah.
say that?
Yes.
Okay. And when he said it to me, I was like, oh, well, you know, because they could have just said, forget it, you know. I mean, they are making an effort, I think, to, and that gives us time too, more time to try and get the new people where they're engaged. And I've actually got 2 people who've sent me online, like one for jewelry and one for Pampered Chef. And I talked to them and I said, can I just call you? They're personal friends and they're younger, and explain to them the difference with consumable products. And once you buy it, it's got a lifetime guarantee. You're always trying to find new customers.
Yeah.
So people like that are on my list for this week also. But I thought that was worth sharing in case you hadn't seen that in writing somewhere, or you didn't, it wasn't clear. Fred just made it real simple and I understood it. And so I just wanted to pass that on. You know, 150 is better than, I mean,
Then
if
none.
your legs flip-flop, you're not pulling that money down.
Yeah.
So
Can you,
that was all.
this is Donna, was the website isogenics.com/Zija?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right. I think we're good unless anyone else has anything else to share. Thank you for that, Barbie. It's a good reminder. I went through that with Fred, but it's still a little bit fuzzy with the math. But basically, yeah, just basically we got to keep building, but we will see a little bit of a bump
Right.
for a short period of time.
Right. How many ever weeks, it'll depend on your volume, how
Right.
fast that you go through that. But the fact that we even get it at all is more than we were ever going to get.
Exactly.
You know, it was just going to keep growing. So, you know what? That's a good thing. And we need to portray it as that, not like, well, I only get 150,000 out of my several million. No, you do get it.
Yeah, you
You know,
get it for
get
as long
it.
as you're doing the work and
Right.
staying active.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go. I appreciate you guys. But just having gotten home, I have a magnanimous list that isn't as crossed off as much as it needs to be before I go to bed.
Well, chop chop.
All right.
Get to
So I'll
work.
be there in the morning too.
We'll see y'all later.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Have a
Good
great week.
night.
Good
Bye,
night.
everybody. Thanks, Kate.
You too.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Deb.